Oh, what's going on, guys? I'm back, and I hope you're doing great wherever you're at. I know it's been quite some time since I've shown my face, but today, in particular, is very important for you, because I want to talk to you about something very important that I believe has helped me get through life and walk through life with ease. It's a mentality that I feel is going to help you, okay? Maybe you kind of know some version of it, maybe you don't, but to some extent, I really and truly do believe this is gonna help you in some way, shape, or form if you carry this on, okay? And this is like a seed. So keep this on with you throughout your life, and remember to kind of keep it with you when you see things throughout your days coming. So from this day forward, after watching this, you can now say things like, oh, that's not gonna work for me. That doesn't benefit me. That's not gonna help me. That's a huge waste of time for me. And you'll see why with the explanation that I tell you guys right now. So I want to start off by telling you that I am just like you, like a normal person trying to just start my hand in things I'm interested in. I started my hand in streaming. I started my hand in um, uh, video games, streaming video games, and then I started my hand too in starting my own little businesses. So I have an eBay store. I started my own little WordPress site as well, and then I also became a realtor too. So I tried my hands in different things, and here I am now doing streaming because I find it very interesting. But more so than anything, I find streaming beneficial, not in a selfish way, but streaming is beneficial because I see it as a way for me to express myself and to put the things that I'm interested onto video, so that way not only other people can look at it, but I can look back at it and see that there was something there that I was interested in. And it's really cool to look back on different things that you may see as irrelevant now, but back then it was very important to you, and it kind of shaped you to who you were today, which is very important. So with that being said, I have this mentality. So everyone has, let me start by saying that if you meet me, I can guarantee you, you will see me as a happy-go-lucky person. Like, almost anyone that meets me associates positive emotions, happiness, good feelings, security, and it's just some vibe, some energy that I put out. And I'm not trying to be, grandiose or anything like that. It's just from what I've observed and what I believe, based off of doing some critical thinking, has worked for me. Think of it as a system. So going back to what I was saying, so my mentality is that we're on this earth for a reason, okay? And some of you may already believe that, but we're on this earth for a reason, okay? And think of yourself like a phone. So you have your charger that charges you, and the charger is made up of certain components. So that is, of course, sleep, food and water, shelter, things that energize you, and then also things that energize you spiritually. To other people, they may see it as a burden, like video games, for example. Like, other people may see video games as, like that's a huge waste of time, or, that's super, like, a waste of my energy. But other people see video games as really energizing and rejuvenating. So, like my mother, for example, if my mom were to try and sit down and play video games, just her trying to learn the tutorials, remember the button layouts, it's just a headache for her already. And I've already tried, several times to get her into video games because, obviously in nice ways, okay? Like, not trying to be like video games are the best, this is why. But, like, hey, mom, try it out with me. Like, this would be really cool when she's in a good mood. And it's just really hard for her. It's just some people, they don't want to, just like some people don't want to learn a certain language, which I think is sad because it prevents certain doors and possibilities and opportunities in life. You're on this life for one life, you have one life and you have one opportunity to like take on when it's presented to you. Of course, if it's of interest. So, with that being said, my mentality is that since we are here on this earth for one life, whatever you do right now, the fruits of your labor is all you're ever going to see. Because when you pass away, think about it. When you pass away, the only thing that's left is and I had heard this too from somewhere, when you pass away, the only thing that's left is the words that are left on the lips of men that speak of you. So, when you're dead, you're dead. You can't see anything that you've created. So for this little bit of time that you are here on earth, whatever it is that you create is what you're going to get to see. And that's beautiful. Life already is beautiful as it is. There's a lot of things to look forward to and to experience. Sometimes when you achieve one thing, you may become tired of it, and that's human nature. Human nature is to constantly want more of something. That's why innovation exists. That's why new experiences exist. Otherwise there would be just one destination. But life is full of constant destinations, similarly to the blood vessels and the endocrine system. I think I'm pronouncing it right. I haven't said that word in quite some time. Your whole body, actually, it's just a whole complex system that you don't fully understand until you do the research and you get into it and you realize, wow, there's more. So when you want to start something, when you have an idea in your head, you need to think of it as something that's of limited time. Okay? Like, really think of it as limited time, because there is that mentality that you may not want to do it tomorrow, or you may not want to do it next month, or you actually may change your mind and, hey, I actually didn't want to do it at all. And you know what? There's some truth to that too, because I think Graham Stephan had said this in a video where and I had heard this before too, actually. It's a trick where if you want to see if you really wanted something to prevent splurging your money on just things, you just wait a day or two if you can on something. Just wait a day or two, maybe even a week. And if you really wanted it, then at the end of that week or a couple days that you said, you're gonna buy it. But it's the same thing too with things that you want to start in life. So if you want to start, a YouTube channel, you want to start a stream, you want to start, becoming a realtor, you want to make amends with people right now in this lifetime that you have. You want to, because you're curious to know what more there is, because you've cut off that relationship like a wall. There's nothing there, and you feel regretful. So you can also pursue something as simple as that, or it can also be a new life that you've considered of doing, that you may not have really put too much thought of up until now. So you can do something like that, but no matter what, at the end of it, it all boils down to creating things. at the end of the day, you're creating things. You're creating a new identity. You're creating a family. You're creating a new connection, or recreating a new connection, or whatever it may be. But you're creating something right now in this life while you're living, so that way you can see it. Because when you pass away, the only people that are going to get to see it are the people that are left, of course, that cared about you, and the people that are born into this world after, that hear about you. And of course, the people who change their minds after. But that's part of human nature, is to change your mind constantly, to say, I want to do this, I don't want to do this anymore, never mind. And always remember that when you're starting an endeavor, no matter what it is. If it's a brand, if it's like a device, whatever it is, just remember that there's always going to be somebody there who wants it. And later on, no matter what, if you stop doing it now, if you're like, you know what, I can't do this now, I don't have the time for it, you can always come back to it later. Especially that later will prove to you that you really did want to do this. And that's, I think, very important, a very important mentality to have. Because I've met a lot of people who do start things, and they just, it's an idea, they'll start it, but that's it. And that's all there ever is to it. But hopefully they, you know, maybe they'll see this video, who knows, and they'll get out of what I'm trying to say, which is that no matter what, is that you're always going to be creating, and that thing that you started, you can recreate it, or you can start it again. So for example, I have a music brand that I've been growing consistently, more so on some times than other times, but regardless, it exists. And I look back, there's plenty of days where I look back and I think, wow, I started that. And like, if I were to start from zero all over again, like, it would be a lot of work. But the fact is, it's already there. So I started it, and I could just pick up where I left off of, like save progress, and continue on from there. You know, do something with it. And I think that's very beautiful. You can always start something that you want to do, and you don't have to have anybody else tell you if it's okay or not okay, because it's up to you whether you decide if it's good or not. You're the one that gets to decide if it exists in this world, and it's like you are the creator. So in a sense, you're like God and the devil. You're like heaven and hell. You're like yin and yang, good and bad, light and dark, you know, both sides of the coin. It's like people, back then, people looked at gods, and, or just one god nowadays especially too, when the reality is you are the god. You are the creator, as weird as it sounds. Just try to really make sense of what I'm trying to say. That really, when what's really being talked about is you. Everything that's being created around you and your life is created by you. And sure enough, of course, there are some things that you cannot help, especially at certain time of your life, maybe at a certain age, you know, the connections that you have around you that you cannot help. But that's okay, okay? The fact is that you have that mentality, and the choices, most importantly, that you make with that mentality that you keep, that you really, really want, you really want it, they're going to be like a domino effect. So you're going to make choices throughout your day and say, that's for me, that's what I want to do, that's not for me, I don't want to do that. And then you're going to pick and choose what you want to keep and not to keep. Side note, that's very attractive, knowing what you want and what you don't want, being able to keep and not keep things that you decide on, as opposed to just taking whatever you can take, you know, just saying I'll take it, like it's fine, like I don't care what it is, you know, I'll take any sponsorship. You want to be in alignment with your values, alignment with the thoughts, words, and actions that you present yourself to be, and that you say that you are, or that you want to be. And that's gonna all shape whatever it is that you want to create. So think of like a personal brand. So I know I read Dan Kennedy's book, No BS guide to marketing, digital marketing. Excuse me. And in that book, from what I remember, he said that he does not like personal branding. He thinks personal branding is a giant waste of money. And why is that? Because personal branding is supposed to come anyways. So personal branding is supposed to be that remnant of whatever it is that you were starting. So if you are saying that your product is, of highest quality, it's the highest quality product on the market, and you stand by that, there's one thing to say that you are a high quality product, and then there's another thing to show that you're a high quality product to where people are actually buying it. And even in interviews, people say, I buy this because this is a high quality product. Then and only then can you really say, I'm a high quality product. And then that's when you could put that into your brand. But until then, it's just words. So if your personal brand is you are this and you do that, really they're just words until you actually show. And is there anything wrong with words? Absolutely not. Because words are like a pathway. They're like a road to help condition you to wherever it is you want to go, just like a seed. You say the words, and it's like that domino effect, like I said. It's going to set you up to make the choices that you want for the life that you desire. So think of it like a roadmap, and also think of it like a road, okay? So don't get upset if people start following you on that road, because really think about this too, okay? On the road, when you're driving, if you drive yet, I also am aware that my viewership demographics is a lot of them are younger than me, but I know there's a lot of people that are my age too, which I think is super cool. So it's like I'm talking literally to almost myself. So think of it like a road, okay? So there's people that are going to be going on that road. If you get distracted off of your lane and you're looking at other people's cars and you for a second want to go to other people's destinations, you're going to crash and burn. You're starting to compare yourself to other people, and you start swerving into other lanes that you're not even confident enough yourself. You're just going into that lane because or because you find it interesting, or because you saw that car that you want to follow. But it takes you off from your track. If you stay on your lane and you are focused on what it is you want to do, this is what you want to do. This is your one life that you will have, and the only two eyes that you have are the only eyes you have, or eye, if you're a Cyclops, is the only eye you have to be able to see whatever are the fruits of your labor that you create. And that brings you ultimate joy. You can't have that joy when you're dead. Maybe other people can. They can enjoy whatever it is that you left here on earth for people to enjoy. But even down to like the minimum, or like guns, for example. Guns are created by people. And guns are created to destroy, to protect, but also to kill, to end a life. And that was created by a person, just like God's hand, in a way. It's like we create things to provide life, but also to destroy life, and different types of life too, if that doesn't put things into perspective for you. So it should also be of most importance that you are staying on your lane, not looking at other cars, on the path that you want to take. And that way that the destination that you are heading to is right because it felt comfortable to you. And this is something that you can look back on and say, well, I was interested in that at that time, and it shaped me to who I am today. That brings confidence and a different type of person. A different type of person that doesn't allow bullshit and other types of crap to convolute your thoughts and make you feel less than what you really are, and especially what you're capable of. So people are going to constantly want to follow your road, okay? Especially if they see that it's successful and it's leading somewhere to a destination. that is of value to them. Because if you were to like just go off of the road, you know, on the freeway, and you were to just kind of start shoveling your own road, people might grow curious. You might look at that road like, oh, that's interesting, I wonder where that leads to, you know, but you don't see a lot of cars going down that road. It's just a dirt road, gravel, maybe it's not even paved yet. So just like success, it's not a paved success road. So, you know, you don't see other cars going down that way, so you're not tempted to go down that way, you know. So metaphorically, you can create your own road towards the mountains that you see in the distance that you want to go to. But remember that it's going to be you creating your own road, and it's going to be very difficult. And maybe you might hit other roads of pavement that other people have hit that might make it a little bit easier for you to go down. You may never know. Or you may be alone the whole way. But you know what? That's the beauty of life, is the journey that helped you get there that you wouldn't trade for anything else. Okay? Because it made you who you are. So with that being said, whatever it is that you want to create and start, just start it. Because remember that it's that journey. It's you just starting it and getting that feeling of, I made this. I'm here on earth for a little bit of time to enjoy whatever it is that I made. And that I can always pick up where I left off, whatever it is that I started. You can start your stream. Maybe start the research. Maybe today, right now at this second, while you have this video playing, you can open up a new tab and you can look up, just go on Google or Bing, whatever is your favorite search engine, type in, you know, best equipment, and look at, what I like to do is I choose 5 resources, reputable resources, okay, that you believe are, that makes sense. You know, they're not overloaded, bombarded with ads. You know, they have, maybe they're of good reference, like a YouTuber you follow that has his 5 equipment tips or whatever, and you just get those five resources excuse me, get those 5 resources, and then look at the camera that is in all 5 of those resources. Or maybe there's one camera that's in 4 of is recommended in 4 of those resources. So you go, okay, this camera is recommended by 4 out of 5 that I chose, so I think this is a good one as far as price goes, and as far as, you know, affordability and practicality, whatever it is you're looking for. And then also too, you can categorize like videos that you want to watch on your own time. Maybe you see a video and you're like, oh, this looks interesting on how to, you know, how to build scenes, or how to start, how to maybe buy a better microphone. I'm not sure, because there's a lot of things to it that you can do depending on whatever it is that you want to start. So if you want to get into like ASMR, for example, you may want to look into like a microphone that is good for that type of stuff. I wouldn't know what kind of microphones are good for ASMR, but you just start it is the point. You just do it, you get the experience. Even if it's just 1 or 2 videos that you started, you can just say you did it, you tried your hand in it, and you have a better understanding which it gives you a better perspective, and it allows you to have a better sense of empathy for those people that you see are just trying to make it. So I know me, for example, with my eBay store, doing retail arbitrage is very fun, because I figured if I'm going to be out at a store and I'm going to be buying things, if I see something that I think is cool, or if I think is of value, you know, if I were a kid and I looked at that and thought, oh, I want that, or maybe, you know, I would think, oh, my daughter would want this, you know, then I would buy it, because why not? You know, at the very least, you can think of that $5 like you just donated it to your favorite charity, but except your favorite charity is yourself, and except you're doing it for yourself, as in retail arbitrage. So you can do that as in, you know, you're providing a product for somebody out there in the world who doesn't have access to that same store that was right down the street from you. Okay? So maybe, you know, so they get the toy, and then because you went out of your way to get it, you make a little commission out of it. But it's that experience that has allowed me to understand what it's like to really be in retail arbitrage, be a business owner in a sense, how to resource products, and it really helps me understand the market too, because my eBay store, it's Jaime2341. You guys can check it out, JAIME2341 on eBay. But I had made sales before on stuff that I had put up there, and then my sales just dropped recently from this recession, and it's crazy, because if I didn't have an eBay store, I wouldn't know, I wouldn't feel it. I think is what I'm trying to say, is that I wouldn't have like some reference to go off of, if I'm in a conversation, so to, or whatever it is, that I'm trying to say. It's that you kind of have that experience, so that puts you in a better position for the endeavors you want to do later, or even conversations you have with people of, similar niches, or even of just conversation, cold talk. You're just shooting the shit, and you just want to talk about it. It's just maybe a story to tell, but at the very least, it's something that you're creating, okay? And it's something that helps you. And the last thing I want to talk about is school. So I know a lot of people who are watching this are probably still in school, or thinking of continuing school, maybe is that no matter what, if you have the opportunity to go to it, like my mother, I was very fortunate to where her and my family had been saving money for me. They had an account for me and my brother, and Christmas we would get donation. When my family would give me money, my mom would put that money instead into the fund, so that way when I was ready for college, I had money for college, which I thought was really neat, and something I would like to provide for my kids too. So but I want to leave you with the thought of pushing through the burden of education, because it's because you feel like you don't have a choice right now going to school, and I understand that. Waking up and not feeling like you're forced to go it's a chore. No one wants to do that. So for now, just kind of think, what can I get out of it for now? Don't think it's selfish at all, because it's benefiting you, and it's only benefiting you and the circle of people who are going to be around you, by making you a much better, whole-rounded person, who's full of themselves and happy with themselves and the choices they've made. So you want to go to school knowing that you provided yourself with the most amount of opportunities that you had in your life. Because I can guarantee you there's a lot of people who go back to school because they want to go back to school, or people that talk about it. And the people who don't talk about going back to school, it's because they already have something going on for them, or had something that was helping, it was like a roadmap for them, their road. Or like their mentality is not even there enough to where they can't even understand the benefit of school. Anyways, so, just think about it. Why does it exist? Obviously, it wouldn't just be there just to be there. You kind of see it almost like jail, I guess, because you're kind of there, you're forced to be there, you have your lunch and stuff. But it's the greatest privilege, because you're there around people who are just trying to understand life too. Like, everyone around you at this time is just trying to get by and survive. Just remember that big word, survive. Everybody is trying to understand the world around them. And people act out of, emotions. People get upset. People are irritated. People don't understand why they are irritated or why they're upset. Why certain people make them upset or bother them or make them happy or make their day better. People don't understand what's going on until it's explained to them, or until you put a label on it. So you need to, when you are going through school, just think, what can I get out of this that's going to benefit me? What people are here that seem to really do care about me? And as far as teachers too, what people seem to really care about me that I can keep as contact. I want to make great connections with these people because trust me, I bumped into plenty of people even after high school too. You don't want to make bad connections. So, make good connections with people, be friendly, be open to, even if people have weird ideas that you don't agree with or the personality that makes you feel uncomfortable or cringe, just simply see it as just existing. It just exists in the world, like, oh, that's cool. That exists. Like, all right, cool. But don't let it affect you. Don't let it phase you and make you feel like you're less, or even make you feel bigger than what you are, because even feeling that way can blindside you from your path. You start thinking like, oh my god, I'm this better person at this or whatever, but it was probably just one anecdotal evidence, or one person told you and therefore you thought, oh, I must be the shit. So really try to look at everything with a grain of salt. Look at everything with a grain of salt by still trying to see how you can get it a benefit for you to help you later on in life, because it's only part of survival and everyone is trying to survive and get through in life. Okay? And you're able to see also the good and bad in people. So look at your friends. Do your friends laugh at you and ridicule you when you do a certain thing? When you want to try to start something, do they laugh at you for it? An idea that you had? And is it like the Skull Breaker challenge, for example? I know that if I had some friends that did that to me, that's a no joke, especially if they know the consequence. Like if they just heard it, like they barely saw a video, they saw someone like do something funny from it, I can understand, because they think, oh, this person's gonna be okay. They don't know any better as well themselves. But other people, there are some really dark people who there's just no helping them, and you can kind of tell. And even in documentaries too, when you watch serial killers, sometimes people can say they can see it in the eyes, the windows to the soul. They can just tell from the energy. Okay, you may not be able to tell 100% of the time, but this is why I tell you guys, like, just stay on your path. There's gonna be people, leeches that are gonna try to pull you off your path, take you away from whatever it is you're wanting to create and start. But remember that you can only start whatever it is now with the mouth, the voice that you have, and the hands that you have now, the brain that you were given to create and do things. I mean, just think of your phone. Like, if you wanted your phone, if I wanted my phone to move these headphones, my phone can't move those headphones. It takes a lot of energy. I would have to make an app for it. I would have to create like a gadget for it. And I would have to create the code and the execution process just to have it do a simple process of pick up my headphones. When myself, like, I'm the best phone that there is. Like, I don't even need an app in me to pick up my headphones, as simple and silly as it sounds. But I hope it puts perspective into you, as in you're capable of a lot more than what it is, and all you need is just a charger to get you through your days. Okay, so the older you get, I know this is proven by research, the older you get, the less sleep you need. So for now, you need all that sleep to get your brain forming, but like a phone, there's certain apps on there. You have a charger that you need to charge your phone. So load yourself up with the apps that you believe are going to benefit you, not the crap that's going to waste your time and run down your phone to the ground, fill you up with viruses. You want to fill yourself up with good energy. You make sure you're having a charger that your charger is not filled with the components of just sleep, food, water, and shelter. It's filled with the components also that you truly do believe energize you. So if that's playing video games for 10 minutes a day, obviously don't overdo it, because too much of anything is bad, right? But playing video games is good to re-energize you. Working out is part of it. Maybe talking to somebody and just getting some things off your chest with them like they're like your psychiatrist or psychologist, I'm sorry, they're like your psychologist, then and it's okay, it's fine, because that's energizing you, and it's not doing more harm than good. You don't want to have something in there that's taking out more energy that's supposed to be putting in more in. You want to have a very good effective charger. Tobacco, for example, can be I'm not a tobacco smoker myself. I have smoked cigarettes before. They didn't stick with me, but I can see why they're addictive, by if they bring comfort to you and they help make you feel like they get your day, they get you through your day much better. Because I do know people that do smoke cigarettes, and they do say that it helps them. So make sure you're filling it up with good things. Replace those things. Try to replace those things too. If you feel like it's doing more harm than good, you can find other things out there. Amazon has countless things. Like, if you like chewing tobacco, for example, you could get non-chewing tobacco. They even have like non-alcoholic beer now. It's crazy. So you can try your hand on so many different things. Try different skills. You want to start, even if you want to like learn a new language, you can start a YouTube channel, create like a Spanish channel, for example, and whatever words you learn, you can put them up there somehow, some way, and then if you don't like them, just delete them. They don't ever have to be there ever again. If they didn't work out for you, delete them. If they did work out and you enjoy watching them, you look back on them, and it's like constant re-brainwashing for you to help you get back in your momentum. Because remember, momentum comes from massive action. That's from Tony Robbins. So just do it and help yourself get into that paradigm, or that mentality level, to where you're energized and you're able to start creating the things that you have set yourself out to create at that point in time in your life right now. And no matter what, remember that you have me right here for you. I am your friend, and I'm here to support you no matter what, because I understand, okay? I feel that everybody is unique in their own ways. Everyone is like stars, okay? In terms of uniqueness, we come in different brightnesses. Some of us have more darkness than light, and that's how you can kind of tell are the bad people, is the people that constantly are taking. Just like what is his name? Gary Vaynerchuk, I believe he said in an interview I watched, you need to give before you can receive. And that also in a book I read by, oh crap, this skill by David Green, is that you have to give before you can receive. So if people are constantly trying to receive, they're trying to ask from you, those people are not necessarily good for you, and you should probably try to push them out, because they're constantly trying to look for something. They're trying to look for their taking, instead of trying to help benefit and then asking for something in return, like normal reciprocity. So, which is normal, healthy reciprocity. Give, and then receive. So make sure you're constantly giving out that effort to change yourself, and you want to make sure that you are, you want to make sure that you're giving your right foot forward, because no matter what, as long as you have good intentions in anything that you do, you're putting, you tried your best in it, then no matter what, people can't get upset at you for it. People cannot blame you, because you tried your best with what you knew at the time, or what you believed worked. As long as you were trying your best, then you can't blame yourself. You will live with less regrets, and you're going to live more happier, because you're going to feel more confident in the choices that you've made and the things that you've created, because you felt like someone else wasn't trying to tell you what should be done. Just like Ellen DeGeneres' show, for example. If she had other people telling her how to run her show, it wouldn't really be her show. If she had people coming on her show, for example, wearing leather jackets all the time, that wouldn't really be Ellen's show, because Ellen isn't about that. Ellen is vegan, so she wouldn't allow people to wear leather on her show, because that wouldn't be representative of her brand, of her identity, which is very important. Because then, think of it in your case. If you were allowing constantly people to step over your values and what you believe is right, people are just gonna walk all over you like a doormat. Like, it's just talk. It's just words, saying it but not doing it. So you have to put your consciousness in the thing that you want to do, whatever it is that you want to create. Remember that you have me here for you to support you. You are not alone. I am your friend, and I, more than anybody, will understand, okay? Because I understand that there's pain involved. There is struggle, and that's what makes life beautiful. That's all I wanted to say, guys. So I think it would be very good if I start face cams from now on with motivation and positive talk, and as a way to kind of recondition my mind on that mindset that I enjoy and that helps me, because, and of course too, to get it out there, because if it helps somebody, if someone watches this and gets some motivation, I mean, fuck, if I don't know if cussing is still okay on YouTube or not, but I did it anyway. So if you're able to just start something and not let someone get into your thoughts and convolute them and say, that's not right, you shouldn't do this, you're going to feel a lot more confident in the choices you make. Obviously, be a little healthy in it. Don't be completely dumbfounded and callous to people's thoughts. Be open-minded to some things that you obviously know might be constructive in a way, even if it's really mean, because I know I've had people give me some very, very hard constructive criticism in the past, jobs and school, and I take it, instead of to heart, I take it as in a way of, in a mindset of how am I gonna change that person's mindset, because I don't want them to think that way of me. That's, I think, a healthier way to see it, as opposed to saying, like, they're not going to think of me that way, how dare they? Because, who are they to start putting their power over you when they're just trying to understand themselves and they're not in your life? They don't understand what you've gone through to where you have gone down to the solution that you were trying to get to. So, and that's why there's always miscommunication and trying to get things out, but you get it out there. You get your thoughts out there. Don't let people convolute them. You stay in school, see what you can get out of school. Remember that people are having their own experiences that they're going through, but you want to make the best connections in school as possible, so that way later on you can have that good vibe with those people even after, and or that you were trying your best, you tried your hand at things, and in school that you got the values that were presented to you that will not really be presented later on in life. So things like working in a group, learning to work in a group in harmony. Like, you don't get a choice sometimes with the group members in class. Sometimes you do, but it's an opportunity to be with a different personality, a different emotion. So that way, I mean, think about tying it back to customer service. It's different emotion that you'll probably experience and you'll have to work with. So you want to try to see it as an advantage and see, what can I take from this that will benefit me? Like, when I leave this situation, this semester, school, or whatever it is, what am I going to take out of it to get to where I believe I need to be. So take that with however you can. I hope this video shines some light onto whatever it is that you're wanting to start. Don't let anybody take you off your path. I know I said that countless times, but I really, really, really do mean that, because I would let people constantly affect my thoughts and how I felt like I should act and how I felt like I should be around people, when now I feel like I'm a lot more confident in my own skin, being able to talk and speak my feelings and speak what I believe, because I know it's right, and I know that it's helped me get through a lot of things that were very tough, a lot of very hard emotional situations with certain people. There's going to be a lot of bad people you're going to meet, people that turn bad, people that were nice turn bad, or that were bad that turn nice. So that's part of human nature too. Remember that, is that we have good and bad. It's constantly like levels are like a spectrum, okay? It's never stagnant. Some people do stay stagnant. You don't want to get stuck in one spot. Some people stay stuck wherever they're at for a long, long time, and then they never move out. And then you don't want to look at those people like they're good just because they got some success in something that you wanted. You don't want to look at them like they're the role model, because everyone has flaws. That's also what makes you human, and that's what makes life beautiful, is that if it was perfect and easy, there would be no struggle and there would be no appreciation for the end result. So once you get that end result, once you go through that struggle, you can appreciate it and get to the end and say, you know what, there's something else. I enjoyed the journey, I enjoyed talking to people, I enjoyed making the friendships, I enjoyed attending the classes and doing the presentation, getting the confidence and the experience of being up there in front of hundreds of eyes, knowing myself, knowing that, okay, I get super, super nervous when this happens. So, excuse me. So what are some techniques I can use to push myself out of that? You know, what are some what are some affirmations that I can say? Like, I have prolific. It's an ephemeral tattoo. You guys can Google ephemeral ink. But I got prolific on here because I feel like it's something that's representative of me right now in my lifetime. And it helps. It's a good reminder to look at when I'm feeling down or, you know, de-energized. I remember this is what I had set myself out for. Prolific. And I mean, look at all the videos that I pushed out. I mean, if you guys look at my first few videos, I didn't have a tattoo that said prolific. I had been talking about getting a tattoo, and eventually I got it, and now here I am with one, because I wanted to get something that I felt is going to benefit me, and it's an affirmation that I know is going to help push me forward in the things that I want to do. And now look, I have over 100 videos that I've posted now on YouTube. Some of them obviously are weird, you know, some of them are just, most of them are just controller cams, but I just try my luck on things. I just try things. I have the experience, and that way when I look at tutorials and when I look at other YouTubers, I go, I have a different perspective now. I say, instead of watching it as a consumer, I watch it now like, how did they do that effect? That's so cool. I wish I could put that on my stream. You know, it's a really cool, and that's what I mean by a domino effect. It's like a seed to where later on in life you can kind of, it changes your thought processes. And so don't worry wherever you're at. If you're nervous, if you're scared, if you don't know what's gonna happen, it's normal to be worried about the future, because anything unknown is scary. The unknown is what makes things scary, because once things are known, they're not as scary, right? But if it's unknown to you, just knowing the journey that you're going to experience and the type of person that you may become at the end of it, or what you have sought to get out of it, is just going to benefit you that much more and help you see life in a much different perspective, hopefully like me. to where you see life as being more beautiful than what it really is. Cool, guys. So I think I'm gonna play a game right now just to kind of change up the vibe. Let me see. I'm at 50 minutes. I'm gonna play a game that I haven't played in a long time, actually. So I actually downloaded an emulator, and I wanted to play 64 games that I hadn't played in so long. And I this is another cool thing. I just thought of this right now. Is when I was younger, I looked at all those games, all those Nintendo 64 games, like, damn, when I'm older and I have a lot of money, I'm gonna buy all of those games. I'm gonna experience them because, you know, as a kid, you can only get whatever it is that your mom buys you or dad buys you, or you get for Christmas. So, or your friends give you, because I've had friends give me games too. So now I downloaded an emulator, and every Nintendo 64 game that I saw as a kid that I wanted to play, you know, I wanted to buy as a kid, I can now download for free. And I can play it right here in the comfort of my own home on my computer. Like, how fucking cool is that? Like, I wouldn't have thought of that back then as a kid. You know, if I would have just told myself, don't worry, you know, you're gonna be able to play those games later on, they're gonna be free, I wouldn't have worried about it. And I think about that now, like with these games that I play. You know, we were paying $60 for Call of Duty. Maybe not. You know, it's kind of like that the housing crash. You know how it's not going to be the same as the first housing crash. So I'm pretty sure when these Xbox games become free, they're not going to become like free. I'm pretty sure like a lot of the games like Modern Warfare 2, the new one that's coming out. What's another game? Another Xbox game, like God, I don't even know. I'm pretty sure you can get any game for free now if you really try. So that's the beauty of life, right? You can just kind of just, if you really, really want it, you figure out a way. And then once you figure out a way to do it for free and you show it to other people, then that road that I was talking about, people follow that road because they know it's successful. So now here other people are downloading emulators like me because we know the emulator works, and here we are playing it and streaming it. So it's just a cool mentality. Just think that when you're going out in life, and this is the mentality that I have when I go and I do things, and I just think, whoa, like that's really cool that things click and they make sense, but in a positive way. That's how you want things. You don't want things clicking in a negative way and thinking, woe is me, because it puts you into victim thinking. And remember, when you're in victim thinking, you cannot think straight. Victim thinking is not going to help you think productively. If you're in victim thinking, you're stifled, and you're not going to be able to think of the best solutions to getting you out of that hole that you're in, or the road that you're trying to pay for yourself. I think I need to change the title first. Give me 1 second. Turn off the music. Hold on. Be right back.
Kart.
We've been playing Mario Kart for a little bit. I haven't played this game in so long. This brings back memories of me staying up till like 4 a.m. hoping my mom wouldn't wake up, catch me in the living room like that at night. Get up or I'm gonna turn off that game. And I'm like, no, Mom, just one more game, please. And it was like the 18th game that I played.
Welcome to Mario Kart.
Alrighty then.
Mario Grand Prix. Select your player. Let's go. Okay. Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Select map.
Oh my god. Holy crap. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. This is so cool. I still got it. I just know the basic controls. A, the stick, and Z. That's all I remember. I'll get it. Oh, that was a close one. Holy crap. Oh shit. Oh, I missed that a little bit. Oh, I missed. Bro, there's something so refreshing about playing a Nintendo 64 game. It's nice to be competitive on a multiplayer online. Call of Duty or a Halo game every now and then. But sometimes you want to just play with the computers because I feel like the computers back then were something else. They're like a lot more relaxing to play against. Not necessarily easier, just a little more fun, I guess. Oh, I missed it. Holy crap. Whoa. I did it.
I got it.
I'm the king. That's right. I'm gonna join a tournament. That's it. Oh, I gotta change the... Gotta change something. just updated Twitch a few months ago, and I still haven't got used to it. How do I change the game? How about I'm just chatting now? Oh well.
I got it!
Sheesh. I did that one without headphones. I might jump next time. I could jump over it. Well, I didn't mean to do that. Make it, no. Damn, I'm just missing all of them now. Holy shit. Nope, it didn't work. Alright, last round, I gotta get serious. Oh, no, what the fuck? I don't want that shit. Get Have it. There you go, sir. Oops. These guys are getting crazy. Oh, they're getting crazy. Damn. That's right. That's it. I won. I think you could do a boost. Next time I'm gonna try to be more consistent on that. If I press A on every light, I think I get a boost when I start. Oh, I messed up. Oh, I messed up. Oh, I messed up big time. Oh, I messed up big time. Alright. No, what is? It's just the first round. Anything can happen. Oh, I got one too. Oh no, this is not looking good. Alright, now y'all fucked. Do I want to push him too? Oh! No! Alright, this is not looking good. Oh my god! Holy crap. Alright, we're good, fam. Out of my way. Well, sorry, buddy. Oh, everybody's just messing up now, aren't they? No way. The fucking train. No! How do you stop? No! Oh my goodness. Not today. Not today. Oh my god.
I got this.
Oh my god. I low-key thought I wasn't gonna win that. Holy fuck. I haven't even said low-key in a long time. What's going on with me? Playing old games, saying words I haven't said in a long time. Alright. Who won? Who won? Come on. Say it now. We obviously know who won. right?
I got it.
I still got it. Just playing against a computer, I'm getting all excited. Alright, let's see. It's perfect timing, because I actually gotta start getting ready for work now. So... life moves on, right? So... Alright guys, I gotta go now, but I'll see you on the next stream. I hope if you watched the beginning, you got something out of it. And next time I hop on, I'll probably be playing another Nintendo 64 game, or probably Xbox game. We'll see. So, anyways, Cortana, get out of here. I just said Xbox and then it just came on right now. Anyways, alright guys, have a great day. I'll see you on the next stream. Bye.